judging.
Thank you. First thing is let you know I'm recording this so that you'll have I'll send out a link probably sometime tomorrow after I do the video processing on it so that you'll have this as a reference if you want to look back to anything. I'm going to be covering a few things really quickly. I know you all have judged before, so I'm going to skip a lot of content that you'll see here because I think you already know it, especially the broader scale context stuff. But the logistical things, I want to show you a few things that typically trip up judges if they're in the innovation portal about the interface and stuff. But we're a very small group, so if you want to jump in at any point with questions, ask for any clarifying issues. I'm going to be going pretty quick through this because I know you all have done this before. So please feel free to jump in with any questions and ask me anything as I go through this. So this, you pretty much know all this. This is everything that's going to be covered. You've gone through it before, but what I want to highlight here is the reviews are going to be going out April 22nd. It's due for the students on the 21st, so we're going to take a little bit of time on the 22nd to make sure we have everything in and we have all the judges finalized and all the submissions are finalized, and then send out the reviews through an automated process on the 22nd. You should receive an email from the innovation portal telling you that you've been assigned some reviews. Then judging is due on May 8th, so you have a couple weeks in there to get it done, to send the scores back to CINA. If you have any technical issues on the innovation portal, question about where a button is or issues with your account, my email is emork@pltw.org. I can handle those. If there's anything more specific about the competition, CINA is your go-to person, and I think you already have her email sent to you directly as well. So I'm going to go through pretty quick. This is how to get connected, and again, you've already done this this year and last year, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that. This is a slide I use about the competition as a whole, kind of context and how it runs and operates. The big takeaway home points for y'all here is the students are working April 13th through 21st, and then the 22nd you'll get the actual submissions sent out to you. On this screen, it's kind of how the innovation portal works. Key takeaway point for you is that there's a lot of other competitions that happen throughout the nation. There's been a lot of growth on the innovation portal in the past couple of years, and we've more than doubled each year for the past 3 years of accounts and competitions and everything. So there's quite a bit of growth going on, which is great for crossover opportunities for students if they want to submit to multiple competitions. Illinois students working in EDD could submit to other competitions that are happening and hosted on the innovation portal as well. You'll get some documents. The one I want to highlight here that's relevant for you is the complete ED PPSR rubric. Go back to that slide there. And that's useful. It's a huge document, so we try not to send it out in advance of the training because you don't really need to read through all of it from start to finish. But what it is handy for is a reference guide as you're judging the portfolios, because it's the entire rubric. If you want to either print this out or display it on a separate screen, or you don't have to use it, but it's just there as a resource if you want to use it. So with that, I'm going to just jump into Innovation Portal and run through evaluating one portfolio to kind of give you a refresh for how to do this. Judging. When you log in, you will go to the portfolio page, and on the portfolio page, you may not have any portfolios here, and it'll give you some note about it wanting to create a portfolio. Left-hand sidebar here that you're familiar
Elliot,
with. Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah,
I'm not seeing your screen changing. I think you froze at the beginning.
Oh, I did not unpause. All right.
Or sorry, pause. Not
well,
froze.
all right. All right. Sorry about
and
that.
I just joined by phone because it said I needed a headset, and I knew that I didn't have that, so I'm not seeing anything. So I apologize for not trying to join in the online form, but I wasn't sure if I could do that or not, so I just called in.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I'll describe what's going on. There's two big things that mess people up normally, but I'll just call that out verbally as well. There's the May 22nd, 28th, all the slides that you didn't see as I was clicking through. Let's see, anything relevant? Nothing. Okay. Yep.
And the competition that we're judging, the specific name of the one that we are judging is
2016 Illinois Engineering Design Competition.
Okay.
So when you log in, you get to this page here, In portfolios, there's nothing for you to do here. You may not have portfolios here. I have a ton of them just on this extra account that I use for training. If you go into opportunities, one of the two weird things is that this is the competition, the 2016 Illinois Engineering Design Competition that you'll be judging. There's a bunch of other ones that are active, but as soon as we get to the 22nd, it'll immediately go into non-active mode, which means you won't see it on the first page. You'll have to click past to actually find it. So you can filter by current or past, and you'll need to click past starting on the 22nd. And then we can see here the 2015 Illinois Engineering Design Competition in that past bucket because that's already happened, but that one will disappear and will be replaced with the 2016 version. So you'll have to click past and then find the 2016 Illinois competition. The training example is I'm going to go into, which to show you just the click through real quick on how to do this, but you'll be clicking into your 2016 Illinois. All the relevant information about the competition is on this view page. If you see this blue bar on top, if there's a blue bar underneath the title and before the description, that means you are you're confirmed as a judge in the competition. So that's your verification if you see that blue bar on top. It should say view and reviews, and if you click reviews, you'll have nothing right now because you haven't been assigned any reviews, but on the 22nd, once we send it out, you'll be assigned some reviews. On this account, I have 11 reviews assigned to this test account, and I have completed 10 of them so far. And those are just how many trainings I've run this spring since I've created this account to do these trainings here. If we scroll all the way down, we can see the active. We can see active or complete. One reason to go into this view, go into the competition, and then click reviews is that you'll only see reviews for the competition you're judging for currently, and you won't see anything in the past. One thing that, as returning judges, that may trip you up is going into an old review because you still have access to everything from last year, so you want to verify that you're in the current competition and that you have the reviews that are currently active, that have that status of active there. We're going to go into the TheraBand rehabilitation page. So one tricky thing that we see is that you land on the portfolio cover page, and there may be a lot of content here. There may be nothing, but there's nothing to grade here. You need to highlight the letters and then actually click the letter to load content for more elements. We have elements A through N on the right-hand sidebar. Each of them have that dedicated rubric that you used last year. Really, really good rubric created with an NSF grant over a couple of years. There's ongoing research right now on some small tweaks and improvement to it, but it's been the same static rubric with some current studies going on about that rubric for the past couple of years. One thing that's maybe new to you, depending on when the competition was last year, is that we have these scored element examples. They're pretty well fleshed out now. We don't have them on M or N just because those are holistic elements, and so they don't have specific scored examples. But all the ones that are pretty specific are pretty well filled out now with scored element examples. When you click it, it'll download a PDF page, which may open in your browser or may download a file. It may open a new tab, or it may not open a new tab. This one's loading pretty slow here right now for me, but there we go. So the scored element examples include the thinking of a panel of engineering educators in both the post-secondary and secondary level that have come to common agreement that this score is relevant for this specific piece of student work, and their commentary on why it is the score of 3. 3 versus a 4, 3 versus a 2. So you really get to dive into the thought process of the experts of how to use the rubric. If you scroll down, you see the actual student content that you can review. And again, just to reinforce what Sina said, we're evaluating based on content and not on formatting, especially if you look at it on a screen that's taller than it is wide. Students are actually building web pages, and so it can distort and not render for you the same way that the students viewed it, depending on what device and resolution that you're viewing it at and the students viewed it at. So just focus on the content. If we go back to Innovation Portal, one thing that we see judges make an error on is that if you click this 3 on the right-hand side on the sidebar, if you open up A and you click these are just to view the rubric, the rubric, and it's not to actually submit your scores here. To actually open up your score sheet, you need to let that menu close and open up the blue pen on the bottom right-hand corner of the page, and that will open up your score sheet. So if this student work, you've read through and evaluated that, you could maybe say it's a 4. You have another opportunity to view the rubric by clicking a plus button. You can drag that around, but it gets kind of cluttered, so you can close it. And then you can also write comments into here. There's no save button. It's all automatically saved by the Innovation Portal. We can close that. We're going to do that for each element, A through N, using that rubric, the reflective questions, and the scored element examples. Once we do that, go all the way through it, we can click a complete review. At this page, we get the opportunity to view our work before we actually submit it for the final submission. We see that we scored that element of 4, and we see our comment here. If you see any question marks, that means it's not complete yet. It didn't take your click, or maybe you skipped over it on accident, so you can review everything. Make sure you have a score submitted for each one. When you're ready to submit, it is final when you submit it. It's kind of like licking a stamp and throwing a letter in the post office box. It's gone for good. So to do that, we can put our stamp on there or click that radio button and then complete review. And what that does is send scores to CINA, and it finalizes. This screen right here that it goes to, on the left-hand menu bar, we see that we're in My Reviews. This is a spot for you to see all reviews that you've ever done with your Innovation Portal account, and you'll see all your reviews from last year and all the new reviews. And you can see which ones are active versus complete with a little tag here. So they're blue and they say active if there's something that you can currently review. And if they're already complete, they'll say green and say complete. And then what was the name of the one we just did? I think it was TheraBand Rehabilitation. And so we can see that that is complete. It's green, and we can go back and view it, and you can actually, as a judge, you can see everything you judged last year, and go in there and see the student work again, and you can actually click Review Summary, and then see that you submitted how you scored it, but you can't change any scores at this point. What's really neat is you can look back to last year as well, so it stays with you on your account. You always have that review. But that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. Really quickly, a refresher on the logistics and where to click on the screen, and that's pretty much it. CINA, if you want to jump in, and I skipped over a bunch. Maybe did I skip anything important for returners?
I don't think so. Anybody have any questions? We did have a lot of submissions last
familiar. I think once I get into it, I'll be fine as long as I can email for troubleshooting if necessary. But yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's okay, we thought just a quick click through might refresh your memory.
Yeah.
And then as a reminder, because this is Brenda, will we get a reminder? Some of my problems in the past have been making sure I'm actually getting in the first time, and so we need to test in advance, right, to make sure we have our login stuff.
Yeah, I would suggest you log in, today or tomorrow, and just to make sure that you can log in, and then if we have to do any password resets, that can be taken care of. And then what will happen is this weekend we'll distribute the portfolios, and you'll get an email, I believe, from the Innovation Portal saying, and I'm gonna also send a separate email that says once we've done it, that we've distributed them.
Okay.
The other
when
thing
you send us the email with it's distributed, will it actually have a link to the portal in your email?
Mine will have a link to the portal, but it's not going to link to
the portfolios that you've been assigned.
To the portfolios, I think.
But getting it wouldn't hurt for the reminder to actually point to, because I think that was one of the problems. One of my years last year or this last fall in to go to say yes, I can help or something. I wasn't going to the right place first or something. My memory's vague, but I just remember there was something.
They go to My Reviews. Is that the right place?
I would suggest.
I'm not talking about once I'm logged in. I'm talking about logging in. Because I know you guys are immersed in this and you're living and breathing this, but I haven't touched it for a year.
Oh,
Yeah, so logging in,
I can
we
show
can
you
send
that.
you that. Yeah, it's just
Well,
innovationportal.org.
again, you can't show me because I'm not on. But
No, Laura, we'll
that's
send you.
the thing.
I'll send you a note.
It would be handy for me if I had a URL to click on that would take me to the innovation portal to log in directly.
Right.
Yes, I will include that. It's just innovationportal.org. There's no like fancy long thing, but I will include that when I send it to you this weekend. When I say they've been distributed, here's where you go to find them.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would be pretty comfortable with navigating once I get logged in because it does seem familiar, but just the basics.
Yeah,
but you should also get an email from Innovation Portal saying you've been assigned. I assume that email includes a link, right, Elliot?
I think so. I think you can click I think you can click a link and log in through there. But it's innovationportal.org, and then you just click login on the upper right hand side, and then put your username and password in, and then you should be good to go.
I know you're still working on this probably, but do you have any guesstimates of numbers of projects and how this is going to divvy up among the judges in terms of?
Yeah, my guess is we're going to have 50. I think we have 150 students registered, which I assume is more than one person per team. I assume, but I don't know for sure. So my guess is we're going to have 50. We have 20 judges.
Okay. And is your goal, because you're going to work things out to where you have some multiple readers? Okay.
Yeah, my goal is 3. My goal is 3 per.
3. Okay.
Which means 6 or 7 potentially for each person.
Okay.
So which is more than we would like, but we'll see what happens. I honestly, the problem is, it's like I'm sure the same thing will happen as last year, which is the window's been open now for 6 days, 5 or 6 days. We've had 0 submissions. They all came in the last 6 hours last year. So
okay.
Which leads me to believe that maybe the submission window should just be a day. So we'll see.
Well, that gives some ballpark. Yeah. Thank you.
And last year we had quite a few that were unable to complete their portfolios. So I don't know how many of you remember that, but we had quite a few. I don't know who got which ones, but that kind of stopped halfway through, and then those obviously are quicker because those just get assigned zeros for those elements. But
so if they're still going to be in the competition, what about if a one-person team submits?
No, I pretty
much want to.
No, if one-person team, if the requirement was 2 people or more on a team. So so that's part of why, they're all due Thursday night. I'm going to use Friday to kind of review them all and connect with all the teachers and say these are the ones I've gotten from your school, because we had last year a couple that, we missed the deadline, screwed up, the technical problems, whatever. So I'm going to use that day to kind of circle back with everybody, and then my goal would be to distribute them to the judges Friday night or Saturday, once I've had a chance to go through them and figure it out. What I don't know, Elliot, we'll have to kind of figure it out, is if we get some that we have to disqualify, what do we do?
We get a submission that we have to disqualify.
Yeah.
I can work through that. We'll spend some time on the 22nd to work through all those particular issues.
Okay.
There's manual workarounds, but it just takes a lot of time.
Okay. Yeah. The problem is I just don't want to assign that to somebody and then I guess we can assign it and just say ignore it, because we had that problem last year. We had one portfolio where the team actually had multiple portfolios and submitted the wrong one, which happened to be a blank one. So we had to tell people to ignore that one and then do this other one. But yes, Brenda, I am definitely, if they're one person, they are being disqualified. So.
Okay. And I got onto Innovation Portal now. I actually remembered my password. I'm logged in, so I'm fine with the navigation here. So I should be fine as the portfolios are assigned.
Okay, good.
Great.
Stay tuned. All right, and then Bob, are you planning to come to our event on May 17th?
That's my plan right now.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Any other questions from anybody?
No, I think I'm good.
That was That was helpful. I'll go from there.
Okay, thank you to all of you. You know that we can't do this without you guys, so we really appreciate it.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Well, we'll look forward to hearing from you in a week or so.
Yeah, probably over the weekend.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, I think we are all set, Elliot. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Ina.
Yep. Bye.